He's one of the best guards in the NFL, but he's fat, like really fat. Almost so huge that no scouts looked at him.
He's pushing 300 pounds and just towering over people.
Yet he remains a dominant all-pro force who signed an $80 million contract. But just a few years ago, he was a Division III nobody, overlooked because he was so huge. Quinn Meinerz was told he was too small, then too fat, but eventually he used a relentless work ethic and strategic weight gain to turn the heads of every single NFL scout. And here's exactly how he did it. It all starts in Hartford, Wisconsin. In high school, Quinn was a late bloomer. As a freshman, he was benched for the first time in his life. It was a wake-up call. He knew he had the talent, but he didn't have the size. So he came up with a plan. He started a relentless bulking regimen.
I was drinking gallons of milk a week, tons of protein shakes.
He was on a mission to transform his body.
I put on 80 pounds in 1 year.
His friends started calling him the Gut. By his senior year, Quinn was a monster. 6'3", 315 pounds, and an all-state player on both sides of the ball. He was pancaking defenders on every snap. He was the prototype Division I lineman. There was just one problem. Nobody wanted him.
I had no Division I whatsoever offers. I'm, asking the same question of why.
He had the size, the tape, the work ethic. But the big schools never came calling. His only real offers were from small Division III programs in Wisconsin. So Quinn made a choice. He bet on himself. He enrolled at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, a D3 powerhouse. He wasn't going to let the D1 rejection define him. He was going to dominate. And that's exactly what he did.
Where I've, built my career here.
He stood out right away, winning team MVP as a guard. But the D3 lifestyle came with its own challenges.
Our budget only allows for so much. We were eating Golden Corral, and then our nighttime snack was Domino's.
The gut was growing, but this wasn't lazy weight. This was strategic mass. And to forge that mass into a weapon, Quinn did something no one expected. For his summer job, he flew to his great-uncle's remote island in Canada. An island with no weights, no gym, and no modern equipment. So, in order to train like an elite athlete, he got creative. He started training in the Canadian wilderness. He was lifting propane tanks that weighed over 100 pounds. He built a makeshift squat rack in the middle of the island. He was pushing his body to its absolute limit, fueled by an internal fire to outwork everyone. He posted the workouts online, not for attention, but to fire up his teammates. Quinn Meinerz 2.0 was here. Faster, stronger, and ready to dominate his senior year. But then, disaster struck. The entire Division III football season was canceled due to the pandemic. His senior year, his final chance to get on the NFL's radar, was gone.
Moment, it was kind of like gut-wrenching to hear that, because this could really impact, this journey that I'm trying to go on to get to the NFL, because not playing your senior season as a Division III football player is unheard of, and then go in the NFL and get drafted, which is doesn't really happen.
All the scouts had was his junior year tape, footage of the old Quinn Meinerz. All that hard work over the past 12 months was a waste because nobody was going to get to see it. For most players, this would be the end of the road. A D3 player with no senior season has virtually zero chance of getting drafted, but Quinn refused to let his dream die. He focused on what he could control. He decided to learn a new position to make himself more versatile. In his dad's backyard, he taught himself how to play center, snapping a football into a garbage can with a pizza paddle on it.
And then I would upload those videos to YouTube on my personal channel, watch myself and critique my film of, hey, why is the ball going more to the right when I'm trying to go left?
He knew he needed more. He flew to Texas to train with offensive line guru Duke Manyweather, who completely rebuilt his stance. His agent sent the workout tapes to Jim Nagy, the director of the Senior Bowl, college football's biggest showcase for NFL prospects. Nagy was intrigued and put Quinn on the reserve list. But the clock was ticking. It was 2 weeks before the game, and Quinn had lost hope. It would take an injury or a last-minute dropout for him to get a spot.
I never wish injury upon anybody, but that was what it was going to take, either another opt-out or two, or someone gets hurt in some game.
Then, in the SEC championship game, Alabama's center, Landon Dickerson, tore his ACL, and Quinn's phone started ringing. It was Jim Nagy telling Quinn that he was in.
When Jim Nagy called me, he goes, "Are you ready to put on that Warhawk helmet one last time?" And
After 13 months of relentless work with no season to play, he had his shot. 1 week to prove a D3 nobody from Wisconsin belonged with the best in the world. He was so nervous he felt like he was going to throw up. But as soon as he put on that helmet and walked through the tunnel, a switch flipped. He was confident and he was ready to rip someone's face off. The opposition had no idea what was about to hit them. He dominated the entire week. He was pancaking 5-star recruits from Alabama and Ohio State. He was stonewalling the best defensive linemen in the country. The coaches and scouts were stunned. Who was this kid from Wisconsin Whitewater? And that's when the belly moment happened. During a drill, his shirt rode up, exposing his gut. The internet exploded. Memes were everywhere. He was no longer just Quinn Meinerz, the D3 standout. He was the gut, the viral sensation with the crop top. But he embraced it.
I always had my my belly hanging out, during camp and whatever. It gets hot in August, and so I was always kind of let the belly breathe.
He had just turned an undrafted projection into a day 2 lock. On draft day, he expected to go in the second round. But round 2 went by and his phone didn't ring. The anxiety started to build, but as he fell down the draft board, that anxiety turned into motivation. More fuel for the fire. Finally, in the 3rd round, with the 98th pick, the call came. He was a Denver Bronco.
Quinn,
How's it going?
how you doing, man? Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
You excited to be a Bronco?
Yes, sir.
Ready to get to work?
Of course, I'm ready.
But the journey was far from over. The jump from D3 to the NFL was huge. The playbook was a different language. He barely saw the field his rookie year until an injury gave him a shot. He showed flashes, but he wasn't satisfied. He came back the next season leaner and won the starting right guard job. But in the season opener, he injured his hamstring and was out for 4 games. He came back in week 5 and looked like a completely different player, giving up only 3 sacks on 479 snaps. But on a 5-12 team, nobody notices a guard. The next season, his 3rd year, he was finally healthy. And that's when Quinn Meinerz went crazy. He started all 17 games and was rated by Pro Football Focus as the best run-blocking guard in the entire NFL. The Broncos knew they had something special, and they locked him in with a 4-year, $80 million contract extension. He was no longer the D3 nobody. He was one of the highest-paid guards in the league, and for the first time, he was voted a team captain. But the pressure of the new contract got to him.
I work with a mental performance coach. He helped me kind of put those things in boxes. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and it definitely did affect my play early in the season.
He bounced back and put up the best season of his career, giving up just 1 sack all year. And at the end of the season, he finally got the recognition he deserved. The gut from Wisconsin Whitewater, the kid with 0 Division I offers, was named a first-team All-Pro. From a D3 nobody to one of the best in the world. If you like this video about Quinn, check this one out next. I think you're gonna like it.